Okay, so boom, so back to the Diddy drama. Okay, so now we have Dawn Richard on the stand. If you don't remember who she is, she was part of one of Diddy's Making the Band reality TV shows. She ended up being a part of Danity Kane. Once Diddy got rid of Danity Kane, she then became a member of the other group he created, Diddy Dirty Money. Now, Dawn's testimony is hit or miss, and here's the reason. On the one hand, she testifies, yes, I seen Diddy abuse Cassie. She talks about an incident that happened, I believe, around 2009, where they was recording, and apparently Cassie was making some eggs or something, and Diddy must have got upset, and Diddy took that skillet and whopped Cassie upside her head, and she says that Cassie fell on the floor in the fetal position. Dawn also talks about a time where she saw Diddy punch Cassie in her stomach, I believe at a dinner party. At some point they inquire with Dawn, like, Dawn girl, why you didn't call the police? And Dawn was like, shoot, I was scared, okay? This man, he off the chain. When all this went down, he had pulled me and the other girl into a room, closed the door, and was like, hey, this just what lovers do. You ain't got to worry about none of this. But she also said, in addition to that, he said it would be in my best interest and the best interest of my career for me to keep my mouth shut and stay out his business. But now, on the other hand, the defense was like, okay, Dawn. Okay, now, sis, now, you done met with the prosecution multiple times over the past year and a half, right? She was like, yeah, I have. And I was like, why your story keep changing? She was like, huh? Why your story keep changing, Dawn? You done met with them multiple times. Every time you meet with them, your story changed. And so it sounds like what Dawn said was basically like, look, this was some traumatic shit that happened. It happened a while ago. I really tried to put it behind me and put it in the back of my head. I didn't want to think about it no more. I didn't want to bring it up no more. It was crazy. And so, yeah, when they talked to me and they was asking me questions, I did my best to remember what I could remember. But, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, maybe my story changed. But it's not because I'm lying. It's because I'm trying to remember all that trauma I got in the back. And the defense was like, yeah, Dawn, we hear you, but don't you got your own little civil lawsuit against Diddy? So basically, this is a defense's attempt at trying to impeach Dawn, which basically means try to get the jury not to believe what she's talking about. So they think it's like, I don't really know if you should take her word for value, okay? Like, she keep changing her story, and she got her own lawsuit trying to get some money. Her career been doing something else for a minute. Like, all right, now y'all talking about some RICO, and now it's still just giving DV. But if you look at it from the government's perspective, it's more like this man is violent regardless. Like, this is why we're saying he had an enterprise, because at the end of the day, he used violence to get what he wants, to treat people however he wants to, and he paying people off and, you know, threatening people and coercing people not to snitch on him, not to tell on him. Didn't he start the whole Stop Snitching campaign? Okay, anyways, not to tell on him. You know what I'm saying? And using violence and force and intimidation and shit like that. Like, this is why we saying this man out of pocket, he need to be stopped. It's more than DV. It's beyond that. On top of that, you have Cassie's old best friend, Carrie Morgan, pull up and testify. And Carrie was like, look, I don't want to be here. I don't want nothing to do with this. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't seen Cassie or Diddy since 2018. So when the conversation came about, like, well, Carrie, why you ain't seen them since 2018? And Carrie was kind of like, because Diddy had me fucked up too, okay? He had lost his mind, hit me with a wooden fucking hanger, and then gave me $30,000 and told me to keep my mouth shut. And it sounded like that's exactly what her ass did until she got subpoenaed to come to court.